Hello everybody. Got at least one more video today for you. Today is what, February 24th, 2021. Um, I'm brand new to this YouTube thing. Um, and I don't know if people are gonna like the way I'm doing my videos right now. I think I did want to do it a little bit more polished, but at this point, why? Right? Um, so first of all, anybody who watches this, I would like your comments. Um, and other than that, um, let me explain what this video is about. Every video that I'm gonna make is about self. Okay, it's about personal employment, personal wealth, personal accounting, and meditation and self meditation, hypnotism. Um, I feel that those things help me out. I've been a CDL driver, that's a commercial driver, um, and for 20 years. Um, I've been through a lot of ups and downs. I'm personally in debt. I believe that I will be able to get myself out of debt before I die. Uh, that's if I, live to 70. Anyway, and I thought that I could help others, you know, to hear that thing that they might not hear, or take a long time to figure out like I do, you know. I felt like at one point in my life that I always had to prove something, I got something to prove to people. And I was right. I got something to prove to me, and that's the only person, right? Because I'm my boss. I'm the CEO of my life. I'm the only one who could tell me what to do. Okay, I don't care who I have to ask something to. I'm the only one who tells me what to do. Even though I got a job to do that I get paid for, I'm the only one who tells myself to do that job good or bad. I'm the only one. And the better I do things, the better I get at things, the better I look. Okay? And I don't care how much the job pays. If you can live below your means, if you can live below your means and then get to the things that you need to get to in order to take another step, that is great. Okay? But let me tell you guys, most employments won't get you rich. Matter of fact, I think all employments, unless you're like a CEO of a Fortune 500 company and you're getting $1 million bonuses, I don't know too many jobs that you can get wealthy on. I mean, I guess there's there's like contractors or something like that, but I think the majority of them don't get more than six figures, and I'm talking about like 100,000, not like $500,000 a year. And I don't know where you stay, but in most places, $100,000, like here in Minnesota, it's it's not. $100,000 is not everything. You know, and there's going to be people here that make 15, $20,000 a year. Like, oh yeah, I only make 15, $10,000 a year in Minnesota. And then there's people that make $150,000, $200,000. Like, right, $100,000. I don't even know how I could live off of that. And the more money you make, the more money you spend, the more debt you put in yourself. Okay, and I had to learn that. the easy way, actually, because I just put myself deeper by not calculating the consequences. And hopefully I can get to you guys before you make the same mistakes that I did, right? And that's what this is for. Yeah, I'm showing clips of people fighting at work and stuff like that. Um, the first step to all of this is getting a job. Um, Now I'm saying that getting a job by an employer, like you go to the building and you fill out an application and you try to get the job, okay? Or online there's online jobs that you can apply for, and to be honest with you, a lot of those are sketchy. You know, not all online applications are equal. Um, I'm still old school. I like to drive to a location and actually fill out a paper application, um, which I guess is not no different than an online application. I'm guessing somebody at that job could take my information and still do nefarious things, but um, I'm thinking that it's way less of a chance than an online job. You know what I mean? Or an online application. Um, but I'm not saying don't do it. Okay. And like I said in one of my other videos, that um, this is for like a niche audience. I believe this is for the majority, but still it's not for everybody. You know, if you got some kind of illness or a lack of transportation, or if you put yourself in a bind, like you got 6 or 7 kids and you can't get out the house, I don't see how this could be for you. You know, I don't know how to help you. All right. And if there are people around that can help you, I think that you should look for those that kind of help. Uh, so personally, um, I am all about self-help. I'm about meditations. I'm about personal motivation, um, and I'm all about self-help. Okay, I don't feel like I can rely on anybody. All right, and that's why I call this bootstraps. Because if you want to help being able to pull yourself out of a rut, I believe that if you have a clear mind, a willing body, and you're healthy, I believe that you can. I believe that you can pull yourself out of any situation, just like I believe I can. Um, so, with these videos, I want you to take something with them, and that is, I want you to realize that the videos that I'm making right now, they have nothing to do with what I'm trying to teach, except self-control. This is what you should probably be thinking of when you're getting into altercations, to protect yourself first, and then you can protect others. Your family and everything like that should come first. If you got kids, they should come before you, and you should always try to make it home to them. You ain't got nothing to prove to nobody, and ain't nobody paying your bills but you. So clean them toilets, mop that floor, okay, with a smile on your face, and go home and do what you got to do, okay? There's 24 hours in the day. I work 2 jobs, and now I picked up this YouTube thing, and I'm gonna talk into a camera for hours a day, okay? I don't feel like I should have to settle for less because I'm not making as much as I would like to. And I put myself in debt. So I'm gonna get myself out of debt. Here, let's start this video because I'm just preaching. Okay. So once again, these videos are not for entertainment. They're for learning purposes. I would like for you to try to put yourself in a mind frame of being the supervisor. Okay? If you're in a situation, you come out, you see your employees in an altercation, what would you rather your employee do? Now remember, any kind of physical altercation, besides protecting yourself, can end up, even in protecting yourself, can end up in a lawsuit for your company, right? Let's say that you're the owner of this property. What do you want your employee to do? What if you got an employee that don't think 5 seconds into the future? What if you have an employee that's got a short fuse and can't control themselves? Okay, those are nightmares. Those are liabilities. You don't want nothing that's going to cost you more money than it should. Your employees should only cost you the money that it costs to employ them. They should not cost you extra funds in a lawsuit. They shouldn't. And if you feel that they should, write it in the comments. Okay, so if you own a company, you think that you should be paying millions for somebody getting thrown on the ground in your establishment, please, I would love to see that. You don't even want to pay $5 for a subscription right now. How many? I mean, you would pay millions? Lies. And that's only to the people that would actually write that. I'm not calling everybody else a liar.
I shook them all up. I'll get out. Let me get my fucking drink. Get my drink. Go get a white monster. Go get me a white monster and I'll leave. Right there. Oh, no, I don't want
Metro better come on. No, you're stealing now.
I'm not stealing. The other white woman was stealing. I bought two. My receipt she didn't give me. I bought two of these
You
and two
should.
bags of cigarettes. Fuck you.
No, bitch, please take all the wrong time. Whoa, 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 whoa. You paid for it? You back the manager?
They took
Hey,
it
get
from
it on
me.
YouTube.
Fucking
Put it on
fraud.
It's crazy.
Look it.
Look,
I only have one.
7 minutes.
Look.
Stefan, 7? Yeah, 7.
that woman is a hot bitch. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you. She tried to hit me. She just thrown it.
It's 11 o'clock. This already wasted.
That's it.
Okay, I don't think we need to watch the whole thing to see that, you know, like I keep saying, we don't know what happened in the entire video, right? And I'm guessing you can look around and like ascertain what was going on. But okay, so one of the guys said that the black lady was probably the manager, and then the other lady he assumes is drunk, or he said something about being intoxicated, which we don't know. She sounds slurred, right? I mean, you can do this a few ways, right? The guy the man, the other employee with the gray hair, I think that he was the most intelligent out of all of them. Being an employer, I would look at it as, what would you rather? Lose a few products, which, don't get me wrong, I know that grocery stores and stuff like that lose hundreds of dollars in product all the time, all the time. Okay, it's very hard to keep a gas station or a corner store open. You know, you got employees stealing from you, you got product that break that you can't return, you got, and then you got lawsuits, okay, which this clearly could be one, okay? So, regardless of what goes on, looking at it as an employer, I would rather the lady just take whatever she's going to take and then let her go and let the police try to catch her, okay? You're going above and beyond. First of all, touching people. So if I would have saw her touching that employee, I would have let her go right on the spot. Okay, unless the lady would have pulled out a weapon or touched her first, which I don't. Like I said, I don't know what happened in the rest of the video. Okay, I don't know what happened. If the lady didn't touch you first, you have no right to touch that lady regardless of what she's doing. Now, look, product is product. It can be replaced. Alright? And the police can catch up to her, and it will probably be just a slap on the wrist. Okay? Some police will just let her go because they don't think it's her. Alright? I mean, if what's a fifth. Right? But just let her go. I don't want the lawsuit. Alright? And you shouldn't want a personal lawsuit either, because we clearly saw you grab the lady. Okay? And it's your word against hers. Okay? You should not do things like that. At any point. At any point should you do anything along these lines at all. It's one thing to confront a customer, okay, but then it's a whole nother thing to be confrontational to the point that you're going to put your hands on that person. And yeah, they should have called 911 as soon as the lady started stepping out of line. And I got some tips and tricks on how to keep yourself out of trouble with these things, because it looks like the lady could, even if the lady was in the customer was in the wrong, the employee was clearly in the wrong when she grabbed her. Okay, when she put her hands on her, that's it. That's assault, regardless of how the other lady was. And she can press assault charges because she grabbed her physically. Don't do things like that. I understand when you got to protect yourself. Let the customer touch you first. Okay, in an aggressive way. Alright? If the customer touch you first, then you have the right to protect yourself. Okay, and hopefully it's on camera. Because if it's your word against theirs and they're all bloodied up because of what you did to them, sometimes that might not swing your way. Okay, well, it's getting around my bedtime, so I hope you guys will like the kind of content that I'm bringing you. I hope that I'm looking at this stuff in a different way. And I know some people are like, yeah, whatever. But next time, try to look at yourself in the third person. Okay, when you are talking to other employees, when you're talking to your supervisor, when you're walking around your job, if you're looking for a job, if you're doing any of these things, try to look at the way that you're doing things and then think, if you're an employer, would you like that? Well, y'all try to have a good day.